think it offers a really, really valuable service to this side of town. If, say, they closed it, God forbid, and we all moved to Bilston, some people over here wouldn't want to travel to Bilston to go to college. They want to come here because it's their area. I know some people from Bilston do come here to college. I'm not naive, but it offers this side of town a lot of things, I think. 5 years, if we've got the money, please God, we can redesign it because it's old and tired. And students today are used to big shiny buildings with great big windows, a water feature, the up-to-date technology that almost like a television screen welcomes them. I mean, we have got some of the technology, but I think we need more space, and the library definitely needs more space.
I think we need to build a new one, really, to be honest, a new site. And if we're competing with our competitors out there like Dudley and Sandwell, we need to have a new build, really, to be honest, to compete. Like, we've got a new build at Bilston, fine, but we need one here because I think this is the heart of the, heart of the place, really, to be honest. We've got all the local good schools, and to compete with the local good schools, we need a good facility here in the middle. And I think we're lacking that at the moment.
I can't imagine there not being a college here. I'd love to see something really creative happen with this campus. I'd love to see maybe some architecture students, some of our art and design students get together and do something innovative with the exterior of the building. You know how you see, I can't remember the name of the artist, but there's an artist that wraps buildings. And he wrapped the pyramids, and I'd love to see something like that happen here. Something different that draws the press, that gets you excited, that makes you realise that the building looks drab and old, but what happens inside is fantastic for the young people in the city. I know the original plans were to build another campus behind this existing building. It's hard to imagine where the money would come from for all of that. But if the money could be found to do something with the existing campus, that would be fantastic.
I remember being on so many committees where it was being talked about. I guess it would still be talked about today, but it was all so much dependent on finance. And it certainly needs it. I think the building has served its purpose well. It's a great location, residential side of Wolverhampton. But I also think, well, because I live pretty close, this is ideal building land, and somebody else might be thinking that too, So it would be a sad day, but other colleges have done exactly the same thing. The name lives on, doesn't it? Wolverhampton College, or the City of Wolverhampton College.
I know that there are many things not right with this building. You wouldn't start from here if you were starting from scratch. Having said that, I still like this building. I feel comfortable with this building. The facilities mightn't be wonderful, but I think in a job it's not necessarily always about the building, it's more about the people. And I'm quite happy with this building. I think if it were changed, that would be another very traumatic thing to go through, but I suppose if we were starting from scratch, we would have a much better purpose-built design than we have at the moment, because there's lots of, as I mentioned earlier, knocking down walls, building walls, merging rooms, and we haven't got all the same kind of things in the same place. So for instance, I'm in the maths and science school, and maths is at one end of the building, science is at the other end of the building, so it doesn't make it easy for communication. So I suppose we could have things like that resolved, but I don't know if that would be a solution to the problems.
I think looking at the building now, I still know it was Wolverhampton campus. It will always be Wolverhampton campus to me, but I think to call it Paget Road campus is very wise. Whether it'll be here in the future, I don't know. Whether the upkeep and it can be maintained in the way it needs to be maintained is another matter. What students perceive as a good learning environment, to what I thought was absolutely incredible when I came in the 60s to see it. this wonderful building built out of nowhere on a farm called Chaplash Farm. Whether it's what they perceive now or they have to have a super duper wonderful building to learn in, I don't know. I look at Bilston campus, and that is a modern, iconic building. But looking at Paget Road, it still has the atmosphere, it still has the beauty. And I will always think of it as a beautiful building. I hope it'll never go, but you don't know in today's environment and today's costings.